In the last video, we talked about balance, how love and money can either build peace or break it. But what happens when you're trying to find that balance alone, with your bank account, your habits, your life? Maybe you've tried saving before, and it felt like punishment. You cut coffee, cancelled subscriptions, skipped the little things that made life bearable. And somehow you still ended up broke and frustrated. That's because most people save from scarcity, not strategy. Today I'm going to show you how to save your first $1,000, not by cutting everything you love, but by changing how you see what you love. Let's be honest, saving feels hard because it feels hopeless. You start strong for a few weeks, then life happens. An emergency, a craving, a you only live once moment. It's not discipline you lack, it's design. Most people try to save emotionally, not intentionally. They react to guilt instead of planning for growth. You can't build consistency on shame, you can only build it on clarity. When I first started rebuilding my finances, I downloaded every budgeting app I could find. I cut everything. Eating out, small treats, even Netflix. For 2 months I lived like a monk. Then one day I broke down and spent $200 in a single weekend. Out of frustration. I wasn't spending money, I was rebelling against restriction. That's when I realised saving isn't about math, it's about mindset. If your budget feels like a prison, you'll eventually break out of it. Faith doesn't call us to live empty, it calls us to live intentional. In John 10:10, Jesus said, "I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." Abundance doesn't mean excess, and it means purpose. It means knowing what to keep, what to give, and what to release. Saving money isn't about restriction, it's about realignment. It's asking, what truly adds value to my life? And aligning your habits with that answer. Imagine your finances like a jar of marbles. Every marble represents $1. If you keep tossing marbles toward every new want, your jar never fills, because it's full of clutter, not purpose. But when you assign meaning to each marble, this one for savings, this one for giving, this one for enjoyment, you turn chaos into clarity. That's the foundation of freedom. Let's make this practical. Here's how to save your first $1,000 without cutting everything you love. Step 1. Identify the leaks, not the loves. Go through your last 60 days of spending. Highlight what drained your peace, not what brought you joy. Keep what nourishes you. Cut what numbs you. Step 2. Build the 70-20-10 rule. 70% for living, 20% for saving, 10% for giving. If that feels unrealistic, start smaller, 80 to 15 to 5, and grow. What matters is rhythm, not ratio. Step 3. Automate your savings. The best saver isn't the most disciplined, it's the most consistent. Move your savings out of sight so it's harder to touch and easier to grow. When I applied this method, I saved my first $1,000 in 3 months. Not because I made more, but because I finally stopped fighting my finances and started flowing with them. I realised I didn't need to cut joy. I needed to define it. Joy wasn't Starbucks or streaming or snacks. It was the freedom to enjoy those things without guilt. That's the real win. Not more money, but more meaning. In Proverbs 21:20, it says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." Notice, it doesn't say the wise hoard, it says they store with purpose. Wisdom doesn't fear spending, it guides it. And when you learn to manage with meaning, you become the kind of person God can trust with more. Because stewardship is preparation for increase. If saving still feels impossible, ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I stop spending? For many people, saving feels like scarcity, because their past taught them that lack equals pain. But you're not that person anymore. You're not saving because you're scared. You're saving because you're ready. You're building room for what God is about to send next. So here's your challenge for this week. Pick one joy that matters most to you. Something small but meaningful. Keep it. Protect it. Then find 3 leaks that don't deserve space anymore and cancel them. You'll realize something powerful. You didn't need to give up everything you love. You just needed to love what gives back. And when you start saving from peace instead of pressure, you'll see what happens next. Your money stops controlling your life and starts fueling your purpose. That's where we're going next.